Welcome back to MAGNA-TV. Thank you for your support and you're always coming back to watch our videos. Now let's dive into today's story. The bakery cat who hired a human. Every morning at exactly 6 a.m., the little bell above Daisy's bakery rang. Not because customers arrived. Because Muffin, the orange cat, pushed the door open with his head. No one knew where Muffin came from. He simply appeared one rainy Tuesday, marched behind the counter like he owned the place, sniffed every loaf of bread, and chose the warmest spot by the oven. "You can't stay here," Daisy told him. Muffin blinked. 5 minutes later, he was still there. A week later, customers weren't asking, "Is this the bakery?" They were asking, "Is the cat working today?" Muffin had strange habits. Whenever someone looked sad, he'd quietly jump onto the empty chair beside them. If a child cried, he'd gently tap their shoe with his paw until they laughed. If someone ordered only one cookie because they couldn't afford more, Muffin would somehow distract Daisy just long enough for an extra cookie to mysteriously fall into the bag. Daisy pretended not to notice. Business doubled. People traveled from nearby towns just to meet the famous bakery cat. One Monday morning, Muffin didn't show up. 6 o'clock passed. 6:30. 7. Customers looked around nervously. "The bakery feels empty," one woman whispered. Daisy searched every street, every park, and every alley. No Muffin. For 3 days, the bakery stayed unusually quiet. Then, on Thursday afternoon, an elderly man walked in carrying a tiny cardboard box. Inside was Muffin. Covered in mud. Very proud of himself. "What happened?" Daisy asked. The old man laughed. "This little rascal followed me all the way home. Then he refused to leave until my lonely neighbor smiled." The neighbor had recently lost her husband. She hadn't spoken to anyone in weeks. Apparently, Muffin had decided she needed company more than the bakery needed him. Everyone in the shop became silent. Except Muffin. He stretched, yawned, and demanded a biscuit as payment for his community service. From that day on, Daisy placed a tiny wooden sign beside the cash register. Employee of the Month. Muffin. Job title, Professional Happiness Manager. People came just to take pictures with the sign. One afternoon, a young man rushed into the bakery carrying a stack of papers.